The fact that I'm watching my Red Bull watch me from across the room, but I'm too lazy to go over there and go get it. Damn. Before we go any further, hi, my name is Rena, but all my friends call me Z. And since you were taking some time out of your day to come sit, chill, and yap with me, that I consider friends as well, so you can call me Z too. I'm just your Julie Pop that loves to yap, loves to read, escape on the fictional worlds, do all the cozy little things. I'm also a writer working on multiple writing projects that I will be yapping about with the girlies very soon. If that is your vibe, if you love all of the things, then girl, kick off your shoes and stay a while. My mic decided it would be cute to try to die, so I went and rescued my Red Bull and charged it up a little bit. Let me not yap too much before it cut the hell out. I had meant to record this video the other night, and I did. I did sit down and record this video, and I thought it ate. I recorded the video, I laid down, I was like, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna edit that so I can have it up by Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, and I went back and looked at it again and said, hell no. Baby, hell no. Because before sitting down to record that video, I had spent about 6 hours with my bestie and our other friends getting absolutely plastered. I had about a few shots of tequila. I came home and had another few shots. Insane. But we had multiple buzz balls, multiple Smirnoffs, and just, it was a lot. So I don't know what gave me the thought to record that video. I mean, the liquor gave me the thought to record that video, but that's out. This is in. Here we go now. Take two. About a week ago, I posted a video of my weekly TBR with 6 Kindle Unlimited book recommendations. And I was like, you know what? That is kind of fun. I want to run that back. Let me just do that once a week. Let me tell the girlies what I'm reading and give the girlies some book recommendations because I am a KU girly. I don't have no ducats to waste, so I get all of the usage out of that $11.99. I use it till I cannot use it no more. And I know that some of the girlies, they want to use KU or they have KU and they're like, is it really worth it? Because I can't find books I really want to read. Well, I am here for you, girly, because I be in the KU trenches. The popular books, the indie books, the books ain't nobody ever heard about. I'm there. I am there, and I will tell you, I will be in the trenches for you. I will boots on the ground for you, baby. I got you. I will sit here and yap all day. I will yap my face off. So before I yap too much, let me just get into it. Here is what I'm reading this week and 6 of my favorite Kindle Unlimited reads. Starting off with this week's TBR, I have 2 physical books and 1 Kindle read, and everything on this list absolutely scrumptious. First book on my TBR is Direbound by Sable Sorensen. I actually already finished this book and I rated it a 5-star. This book was so good. The first 5 chapters were a little slow, but after that, I ate it up and flew through this book. Don't know why I had it just sitting on my TBR and sitting on my shelves for so long. The girlies should have told me what this was hitting for so that I could eat it up. I have an entire reading vlog of me finishing the book. I read like the last 2 chapters, and by last 2 chapters, I mean the last 18 chapters of this book. This I have no words. I genuinely have no words for every emotion that I went through reading this book. I was so stressed. The FMC, Marin had me stressed. The guys had me stressed. The whole trials had me stressed. I was just stressed. If you have been seeing this book and wondering what's it about, what's it giving, and is it worth your time? Yes, ma'am. You definitely need to read it. It's worth your time. But basically, this book is kind of giving Hunger Games meets Fourth Wing. In their society and the way that they live, it's giving districts and capital. But then when it comes to the war and the academy and the trials, it's giving Fourth Wing in the sense of in Fourth Wing, they bond with dragons and they go through all these like deadly trials to pass the academy and to bond with their dragon. In this, you bond with your wolf from the beginning. Like your wolf chooses you, and if they accept you, then you guys both go through these deadly trials to see if you can make it and you're cut out to be a bonded rider of a dire wolf and if you're going to make it to the war. It's a lot, girl. Girl, it's a lot. Our FMC, Marin, she has been living in kind of the slums. Like it's giving District 12. She is in the worst of the worst parts of this world, and she is essentially the protector and breadwinner of her family. Her father was killed in the war, and her mother has not been the same mentally since her father died. So she has been protecting her younger sister and protecting her mother and her home and just doing the best that she can. And there's some people in the society called nappers or nabbers, and they've been taking young girls and young boys to God knows where. Nobody knows where they're taking the kids. And she has vowed to protect the children. They have like little secret ways to hide children to make sure that they are not taken. And one day her sister is kidnapped. And when her sister is kidnapped, she decides that she is going to go to the ends of the earth, hell if she has to find her sister. My mic and my light didn't want to see me be great, so they both decided to die. And I sat here, made a smoothie, and then I got impatient. So here we are, back to what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted. Marin ends up making the decision that to find her sister, she is going to join the war. And the year that she decides to join the war is the year that the dire wolves decide to bond again. And in this academy, once you sign up, you can't get out of it. You either have to make it through and pass or die. And she did not know that, wasn't prepared for that, but now she's in it and she can't get out of it. And so many things happen, so many secrets. It's a whole lot of. You definitely need to go read it. Next book on my TBR is Blood and Betrayals by Jeanette Rose and Alexis Rune. This book right here, I have been eating it up. I am predicting that this is going to be my next 5-star read because it is so good. I really love books that are character driven and you just get a lot of yapping from the main characters and like the main friend group. And this is what that gives. I'm not even gonna lie to you and be like, oh yeah, this is what this book is about, because I still don't know. I still don't know what is going on here. From what I've grasped, that our FMC is running away from someone and something. She is Fae. She does not really like being Fae, and the Fae are kind of like rare. Like something has happened that's gotten rid of a lot of the Fae, and Homegirl is one of her life, and she decided to join this academy to escape all of that. But some stuff is going down. It's getting weird, and you just got to read it to truly understand. If you are like me and when you pick up a book, you highly prioritize the relationship between characters and the banter and just falling in love with like your FMC and the people in her circle, definitely pick up this book because this book gives that. I cannot wait to get to like the juicy parts because everything else has been scrumptious so far and I've been locked in and stuff has been happening, but I'm waiting for some drama. I want some rigmarole to go down. Like, what's up with the headmaster? What's up with this stalker? What's up with all this stuff that's going down? I need to know. The last book I have on my TBR for this week is Certified Pressure by Shaw Jones. It's either Shay Jones or Shaw Jones. I'm not sure. I could be totally wrong about both. But what I'm not wrong about is how scrumptious this book is. I am eating up this book. When I am done yapping to you and I shut the hell up, I will be back to this book. I'm about 24% into it right now, and it's so good. This is one of those books that I wish somebody would have recommended to me sooner, or I wish I was listening to my Kindle Unlimited recommendation sooner and scrolled and read this book because it is so good. I'm not even mad that it's a part of a huge series because I think last time I checked, there's like 4 books, or why did I think there was more? 4 is not huge. That's not even that bad. I think I seen another series that was like 7 books I was trying to read, and then I got them confused. It's only 4 books. I'm gonna read all 4, so I know why I'm sitting here complaining. If you like billionaire MMCs, arranged marriage, and to giggle and kick your feet, then you definitely need to pick up this book because it has all of that. I'm gonna say that right now the MMC is our main character because this whole story is revolving around finding him a wife. So I guess he would be the main character because usually, the FMC is the main character, but I feel like he is the main character. We're just gonna go with that. So our main man, Pressure, he needs to find a wife. His parents have decided that you need to focus on your legacy. You do not need to focus on this girl. He is real hung up on his ex. I didn't know how I felt about that at first because I never read a book where a man was worried about the last hoe when he needs to find the new one. But It's good. I let it slide, but he is hung up on his ex. He lives, laughs, loves her. He don't want to see her with nobody else. But his parents are like, please, do you know who you are? You are that guy for real. You cannot be sitting around here sulking over a girl that does not want you anymore. So here's what's going to happen. You either find you a wife, or we have picked out 20 girls for you to choose from and to date and try to find a wife. He was like, I'm cool off that. I don't want none of the hoes that you got on that list. I will find my own wife that's my speed and my type. His friends were like, you know what? They don't have a bad idea with finding you 20 girls, but let's mix it up a little bit. Why don't we do like a flavor of love bachelor type of situation to find you a girly that is your speed? And he at first was like, I don't know about all that. That kind of sound dumb. Until he was like, you know what? That might be the lick. You need to go and do that. So they gather up 20 women to find him a wife. 20 women, bring them to Trill Land, which is where he lives. And girl, it's already going down. There is a girly in the story named Pluto. We do get her POV, and I think she's gonna be the FMC, but I'm not sure because there's 4 books, and in the description it says that he kind of catches a few feelings for a few of the girls. So I really don't know what's gonna happen. She may be important to the story, but not end up with him, or she's the FMC and she ends up with him. But our girl Pluto, she enters the competition. She doesn't really want to, but she decides that the money is worth it because if you participate in the challenge and in the competition, you get $250,000. She needs the money. My good sis is struggling out here in these streets. She needs the money. She is taking care of her family. She's taking care of her younger sister and her mother. Her mother is really struggling with her mental health, and she needs to get proper mental health care, but their insurance isn't enough. Her sister is really sick. She was born with a few birth defects, and she needs a very expensive surgery. And Pluto herself just needs to get out of the situation. And this could be a good start for all of them to get back on their feet. So she decides, you know what? I'm not really too into this, but I'm going to do it. The money is worth it. And I mean, when you really think about it, you either participate and fail and get $250,000, or you win, you get $250,000. You get the man, and you get the legacy and more money. It's a win-win situation. There is no lose here. The best way that I can describe this book to you is that it's giving hood bachelor flavor of love, is giving baddies, is giving when fucking Blueface had that little reality show with them girls. Like, it's some rigmarole. It's a bit unhinged, but it's such a good time, and I just cannot wait to get further into this book because, girl, read it and you'll find out. That is what I am reading this week. All those books are also on Kindle Unlimited if you want to tap into those. Like I said, I'm a huge mood reader, so I might read something else this week. It's only Wednesday. You might catch me reading another book. Maybe I should also do weekly reading wrap ups. I'm gonna get on that. Now to my 6 favorite Kindle Unlimited reads. The last time I did this video, the 6 books that I recommended were Kindle Unlimited reads, but they were books that I was interested in reading. I had not really read any of those books. Like, I started 1 or 2 of them, but they were books that the girlies told me were super good, and I was seeing some of them in my Kindle library, and I really wanted to read them. And I thought, girl, if I want to read them, you might want to read them too, because I'm assuming the girlies that end up following me were kind of into the same stuff. So I felt like you might vibe with them. But these books, I've already ate them up. I'm in the middle of the series and I'm real locked in, and I can tell you these are scrumptious and you need to read them. I'm not gonna lie, I am a girly who is not mad at a repetitive plot. Like, it could literally be same plot, different characters, different story with a little razzle dazzle, and as long as it makes me giggle and kick my feet and I have a great time, I am going to read it because why not? There ain't that many original ideas out here anyways, and if I like something, why not read it again? It's like, if you like this shirt or this dress in this color, why not go back and get it in all the colors, you know? You feel me? First book on my list is Broken Bonds by Jay Bree. It is Omegaverse adjacent. It's a 6-book series. It's not necessarily Omegaverse. Like, it has a system similar to Omegaverse. Like, there's fated mates, there's pack bonds, and they kind of need each other. They're drawn to each other, and bonding will make them stronger. And they have like inner beings that want them to get closer to whoever their mates are, but it's not Omegaverse. In this book, we follow our girly pop Oleander. She finds out at a very young age that she has about five. It's either 5 or 6. I'm not sure. 5 or 6 fated mates, and they're not just any mates. Like, these are some of the most powerful, strongest members of society, and she decides that she cannot bond with them, and she can't even be in their lives because there are people after her. There are people who have taken out her family all because they want the power that lives inside of her. She has been tortured, she has been hurt, and she has been on the run to try to escape that, and she feels like having her mates in her life will only make it worse because people will want to hurt her mates. And it's one thing to hurt her and to make her sad, but to hurt innocent people, people that are destined to love her and be one with her, she can't have that. She decides that she's never going to bond with them, she's never going to meet them, and she's just going to give them a chance to move on and have chosen mates. They probably will be sad without her because they're not going to get their fated mate and be able to get stronger in their powers, but at least they'll be safe and happy. Well, they don't know that, so they don't see it that way. They see that this hoe is ungrateful. Why would you run away from the best of the best of the best? Like, who do you think you are, honestly? Like, hoe, is you cool? They are like, yeah, no ma'am, she does not get to do this to us. She does not get to break our heart and run away with no explanation, like she is all that in a bag of chips. They also think that she is powerless, so they're like, why is this powerless nobody neglecting and denying us? They decide that they are going to chase her to the ends of the earth to try to find her and bring her back and make her life hell, make her feel the pain that they felt when she ran off. They find her, they bring her back. She slightly doesn't give a damn, but she is a bit scared because now she's in close proximity with her mates, and she is afraid that the people that are after her are going to find her, realize these are her mates, and try to take them out. The ops must be inside my light because it just doesn't want to see me be great. I really love how this series is presented because usually when you read a series and there's multiple pack mates, it's hard for each one of them to have their own time and you just see the connection grow between each of them. But how this is set up is as each of the books go by, each of the books has a main POV with one of the other pack mates, and you see them not only tell their story, but you see their connection grow and you see them like chain link into by the end being a full pack. So good. I love it. Next book on my list, The Wrong Bride by Katharina Mora. I like this book. Let me just start by saying I really like this book and I cannot wait to continue on with the series. The way that I talk about it, it might not sound like I like this book because it stressed me the hell out. Each one of these characters, I wanted to Miss Frizzle into the book and put my hands around their neck. Like 1-800, choke that hoe. Every other chapter because the sister, trifling. Who needs enemies when you have a sister like Hannah? The man, I don't remember his name, but I just didn't like him. He stood up for her 1 or 2 times, whatever the fuck. Didn't really care for him at all. The main character, Miss FMC, Raven, I just feel like she was in Bird Brain Academy. Like, she was highly educated, had her own career. She was that girl, but for some reason, she wanted to let her feathers show. I literally just looked at an annotation that I wrote in this book, and it quite literally says, bro, fuck you. That is how I feel about the MMC. This series follows siblings, and I believe their grandmother has certain stipulations, mainly them getting married and just doing certain things to gain their piece of the company and their piece of inheritance. Don't quote me on that 100%. Go read the book and you'll really find out, but that's what I believe, it's all about. But in this book right here, we have Aries, who's our MMC. I forgot his name. I don't know how I forgot his name. His name was just Aries. But we have Aries and Raven and her fuck ass sister Hannah. Who needs enemies when you got a hoe like Anna that shares a bloodline with you? So, boom. Raven has been in love with Aries her entire life. Like, she live, laugh, loves that man, X's and O's in her diary, goes to sleep a little bit earlier each night so she can dream about him some more. They are super close, and they are originally supposed to be the two that are going to get married. But her sister, her bitch ass sister Hannah, sees that sister kind of feeling this man. I'm gonna go get in his face. So as one hoe does, she goes and she gets in his face, and then boom, one day Aries wakes up, goes to his grandma and says, I don't want to marry Raven. Like, she's the bro. She's the homie. I don't really feel her like that. And Granny's like, what are you talking about? Like, you love you some Raven. He's like, I'm not on that. Hannah is my girl. I love me some Hannah. That's my boo. That's the one that I'm gonna marry. So they all let it go. They're like, that's what he loves. Raven, she's sitting over there like freaking Etta James. I'd rather go blind, and all I could do is cry. Raven decides if she can't have him as her man, she's gonna be his best friend, and they live their life as the bros. They're besties for real, fist pump, all that stuff. And Hannah, on the other hand, she was very sickly as a child, and they didn't even think that she was going to live to see everything that she has lived to see. So her parents kind of treat her like a porcelain doll. So anything that she wants, they give her. She want that man, she got it. She want a career, she got it. She is a star. She is a famous actress, and everybody loves her. And her main focus is not really this man and this marriage, because she really only wanted that fucking man because her sister wanted that man. Her focus is becoming a star and getting this role. And when it comes around time for them to finally get married, because they've been pushing this marriage off for a while, and grandma's like, hey, yo, I told y'all to get married. Y'all need to get up on that. Like, I ain't nothing to play with. Get married today or don't get fucking married at all, and I'm gonna cut your family off. She's like, oh, I guess we'll get married. In the midst of all that, because Raven has been the only one present, she's been the one doing all of the dress fittings. They even have her making her dress, and they're complaining about it. But I won't even get into all that, because then I'm gonna raise my blood pressure, and I don't have time for that. I really don't, because I could be here all day. I really probably need to do a sit down spoiler yap about this book, because police. But Raven has been the only one there doing all the things that her sister has been too busy to do. And it comes down to the wedding day. Tell me why that hoe does not show up. She said, I need to put me first. I gotta put me first, Lucius. And she does not show up because she said, I want to be a star. Baby, I want to be on the red carpet. I'm trying to be an actor. I can't be over here tied down to no man right now. We'll do that next year. Like, baby, I'll come back and we can get married later. Not right now. Hannah basically tells her sister and tells that man, I am in my prime, honey. I need some time. Like, maybe we can get married when I'm in my 30s. Like, I need to get all this acting out of my system. I need to win me some Emmys, win me some Oscars before I'm worried about getting married, because getting married means soon you need to have kids. And I just cannot do that. I can't run my body. I can't do any of that. So let's hold it off. Let's hold it off, because they have pushed this wedding back so much. She believed in her little pea-sized brain that they would do it one more time. Granny said, I don't give a fuck about none of that. One of these hoes better walk down the aisle, or y'all will know something. So Raven decides, as she always does, that she's going to pick up her sister slack. And because their whole family business and name is on the line, she's just going to be the one to marry him. And just read the book. I'm off this. Go read the book, because if I say any more, get pissed. Next book on my list is The Female by Envy Wright. Y'all remember when Alicia Keys played at the Grammys, and she had basically said, have you ever heard a song that is so good that you wish that you were the one that wrote it? That's what I feel about this book and this series, because the concept quite literally eats. And when I read book one, giggled, kicked my feet, had a great time, binged the book in like 24, maybe 26, maybe even like 28 hours, but binged it, ate it up real quick because it was so good. So in this world, females are kind of extinct. Every species, every realm, every planet, there's not that many females. And there was a huge war, and they're trying to repopulate, and they're struggling to repopulate. So in the other realms, they are putting together little treaties and arranged marriages and trying to find situations to help rebuild the population. But in the human realm, as fuck as humans do, they have started to capture and imprison females for the purpose of reproduction and selling them to other realms. It's gotten so bad that they are taking them at birth, and people are having to hide their girls because they don't want them taken. But it's also illegal to do that. And if you are caught doing that, it can be punished by death. Our FMC in the story, she ends up being successfully hidden for about 24 years, but one day that is ruined and people barge into her family home. They find her, they end up killing her parents and taking her back to this little center for her to be auctioned off as an available female. If you are a female in breedable years, then you are going to be sold. She is a 24-year-old virgin, so she is the first one on the list. In this auction, she ends up being purchased by the Demon King because the Demon King has a succubus, and he's like the succubus, like prince of lust, and they have realized that it is taking a lot to feed him, so they're gonna buy him a human to have fun with and to play with. And once Mr. Succubus sees this human, sees our FMC, he is down bad. He is so in love with her, and he doesn't want to play with her. He wants her to be his mate. There are three members of this demon trio. We have the Demon King, the Prince of Lust, and I believe he's the Prince of Fate, or he's just like fate. Now, in this little trio, the succubus is the only one that wants anything to do with her. Mr. Fate doesn't care that she's there. The Demon King does not want her around at all. He has only gotten her so that the succubus can feed. He only cares about feeding his succubus, nothing more, nothing less. And our FMC, she has never lived her life outside of her parents' house, and her room was like in the attic, and she's just never known the outside world. She's read the same few books over and over again. She's only ever known her parents. So this is the first time that she's ever living outside of these walls, but also now in an entire other realm. And a whole lot of stuff happens. It's so good. The ending will have your jaw on the floor. The next book on my list is Starlight Mates by G. Bailey. This one is similar to Broken Bonds. I believe I have another book on this list that's also similar to Broken Bonds. But as I said, I love a good repetitive plot, especially if it's going to make me giggle and kick my feet. I like it. And I feel like if you like what I like, you like it too. I've been reading Omegaverse and Omegaverse adjacent books forever and ever and ever, but I feel like this is the first time that I've ever seen like a mating ritual. So how they mate, they go to like this church, like it's not a church, but like, you know, like this altar type of situation, and they find out who their mates are, and then you have to choose to accept or deny the bond. Nobody ever really denies the bond, they just accept their bonds, and then they are kind of like what, not raised, because you find out at about like what, like 16, 17, I'm not sure, but you find out who your mates are and you kind of grow together and strengthen your bond. Once you bond with your mates, it strengthens your natural abilities that you have, but you also gain other abilities. And our FMC in this book, her abilities are absolutely diabolical to the point where her parents and herself has considered her abilities monstrous and considered her a monster. Her parents have raised her to hate what she is and to try to conceal and hide it. And they have told her that she should never bond or mate because those powers do not need to be revealed or strengthened in any way, and bonding could put her mates at harm's way. So when it is her turn to find out who her mates are, she finds out who her mates are, but she declines the bond, and her parents go on the run. Since that day, her mates have been on the mission to find her, bring her back, make her pay, make her feel the pain that they felt, and get answers to why she would run away and not say anything. Like, why did you decline our bond? That is absolutely insane. And they end up finding her, bringing her back. And what I love a bit more, unlike in Broken Bonds, like Oleander's tough and she is that girl, but she really felt like extremely bad for what she did, and she could never say like, I am trying to protect you, I want to keep you safe. So they kind of made her feel like shit a lot. Like their bullying towards her worked a lot of the time, but in this book, baby girl stands 10 toes down. Like, yeah, she feels bad and she is like, if you are mad about this, you are within your right to be mad because, it sucks to be rejected by your mates and it's embarrassing. And I'm sorry about that, but you're not going to force me. She has made it clear that she is never going to bond with them and that she doesn't owe them any type of explanation. If they want to be upset with her, if they don't want to be around her or speak to her, that is perfectly fine. But they don't get to treat her like shit. No, ma'am. We are all adults here. You do not get to treat me like shit. You're upset. That's fine. Move on. Get you some chosen mates. Figure something else out because this is never going to work. You're not going to bully me into a mate bond. And you're also not going to sit here and make me feel like shit. Like, my bad. I am sorry that I have caused you pain, but it is what it fucking is. Some of them kind of bypass that and they're like, actually, don't give a fuck about what you're saying. And she's like, well, if you think that I'm gonna sit here and let you treat me like shit, you're absolutely crazy. And they're like, well, where you gonna go? And she's like, don't dare me. Don't do that. Don't do that. So she ends up signing up for the war academy. She ends up signing up for the military to get away from them. But she didn't really calculate the fact that they were all also a part of that academy. And now that she signed up, she can't unsign up. And now she's stuck with them. For real, for real. I'm not gonna lie, personality wise, she may be a bit tougher than Oleander, taking the boys BS. Like, she don't take too much of that back and forth, and she doesn't take too much back and forth from the other girls, but she is a bit more annoying. It gets to a point where it's like, damn, maybe you can explain some shit. Like, you're doing a bit too much. Like, you did hurt their feelings. Like, fuck. You don't gotta be a bitch all the time. Like, you're not all the way wrong, but you're not all the way right. But stick with her though. Stick with her because it gets better. This next book is another I wish I wrote it type of books. Plie by Jane Washington. This book is basically what you get when you mix the Hunger Games with America's Got Talent. It is so much going on, and it's also a megaverse adjacent type of story. Well, yeah, no, because she's not an omega, but there is omegas. Like, there's alphas, betas, deltas, I believe, omegas, and sigma. Our FMC is a sigma, and homegirl got 10 mates. I originally jumped into this book because one, they said Hunger Games meets America's Got Talent, but then they said she gets 10 mates. That's a lot of meat. That's a lot of meat. Like, what? One man is something, two men is something else, three, but 10? Damn. In this society is essentially split into two sections. You have the people who are kind of like in the district type areas, in the slums, fighting tooth and nail to survive and to get themselves and their families out of their current situations, but there are not many ways to do so. One of the main ways is still extremely hard, getting into and passing Ironside Academy. To get into Ironside Academy, you have to have talent, you have to be able to pay the tuition, and a lot of these families will put together money just to be able to get talented people to these academies in hopes that they win and they give back to their people. And it's extremely hard because you're going up against people who have extreme talent, and you're also going up against people who have connections, people who know the game, and people who were raised by icons, which is the other side of society. In the icon society, it's a mix of humans and people who are obsessed with seeing the entertainment of the rest of the members in society and seeing them compete for a chance to be where they are. And then the rest of them are people who successfully made it out of the trenches. FMC in the story is a Sigma, and it's very rare for Sigmas to attend Ironside Academy, let alone to win, because they're not known for having many competitive talent, but our Sigma is very talented. She was actually raised by an icon. She was raised by an alpha who did win during his years at Ironside Academy. And he has sent her here to compete and to win because he's very competitive, and he believes that she owes this to him to win because no daughter of his is going to be a loser. The year that our FMC attends is the year of new things happening because usually betas, omegas, and deltas kind of run this game. But this year we have 10 alphas and one sigma. She is the only sigma that is here. It is so bad that they don't even have a placement for her. They don't even have a room to put her in because they don't know where to put her because there ain't ever no sigmas. But they do have a whole fancy setup for the alphas because alphas are rare and they really want alphas there. And this year they have 10. They're going to show up and show out, and that they do. The way that the story is set up, it's really giving reality show because there's cameras on at all times, and you're trying to build your popularity and your image. So at the end, during your final performance, you have fans, you have people who support you and that are going to vote to see you win. So you got to do little things. And then as the school years go by, you unlock certain privileges, like access to certain things where you can make more content and you can be seen a bit more. And I do believe that you win certain things and you win certain prizes and money along the way, but the ultimate goal is to win. And everybody here, good or bad or selfish, they have a huge reason on why they want to win, whether that's family pressure, whether that's a sick family member. I'm not even gonna lie to you, girly. The most stressful thing about this series is our FMC is a nice girl. She's a very sweet girl. They take her through there. They bully her every chance they get. She is the butt of every single joke. It's so bad that one of the people who was originally on the side of the bullies decided to be her friend because they said, damn, like y'all got to get off her neck, like this bitch can't be this weak, and decides to like help her out and help her boss up. Like she's not even worried about her own competition at this point. She needs to help her. Like it's bad, but stick with her though. She hopefully gets better because I'm only on book two, book two, book three, book two. It hopefully gets better because damn. Last but not least, Her Feral Beast by E.P. Bali. There is a prequel book that you should definitely read before you read this one because it really sets the tone and the scene. Because once you jump into Her Feral Beast, it takes place after everything that happened that leads her to where she is. So you need to read that, but it's so good. I ate them both up. Ate them both up. Extra good. And this is another one where the story you're about to hear, you have heard it before. In this book, in this world, we have shifters. I love me some shifters. Shifter romance is where I thrive. And our main character is not just a serpent shifter, she is the daughter of the Serpent King, and she also has other abilities, which is very rare. It's rare to have more than one or two abilities, and homegirl damn near got them all, but she has kept it a secret so nobody finds that out because her father has completely shunned her and treats her like absolute garbage because he wanted her to be a full-blooded serpent shifter, and now he's like, you kind of felt my bloodline, and then how do you think you're better than me? Do you think you can be better than me? He fears that she can be better than him. Ever since she found out about her powers and her nature, her father has used her for her powers to do his little dirty work and do stuff for him. And she also found out at a very young age where her mates are and like not who they are, but who they were going to be. And her father has been after that information because it was revealed to her and not to him. And he really wants to know who her mates are so he can take them out. Get to the point where she decides that she wants to go on the run. She's going to just run away from him because he's never going to release her. Originally, at some point, he was going to let her live and let her do things that she wants to do. Like that was the promise. She does this for him. He is going to free her. And that time never comes because he keeps sending her on missions. He keeps adding her on things on her list and sending people after her if she's not listening, and letting his men just do whatever to her. And she's had enough. She is like, after this last mission, I'm on up out of here. But sadly, her last mission puts her right in the center of almost all of her mates. And she quickly finds out that these are her mates, and she tries everything to escape. Before she can escape, her father has one last trick up his sleeve, and he tries to marry her off to this very horrible person that tries to take advantage of her. He ends up dying. They end up blaming her. She runs away from the altar, and in the midst of that, her mates are like, I know this hoe didn't run away from me. I know this hoe didn't just decide to lead us on as if we're going to be like this, find out we're mates, and run away. They get so mad that they are convinced that she is the murderer too. And they're also decided that they're going to work with her father to bring her back. Before any of that can happen, because she is now a wanted criminal, she is caught and sent to this like academy prison for feral shifters to serve out her sentence until they figure out if she is going to be put to death or not. And here, at first, she thought it was going to be like a prison. She thought it was going to suck, but then she realized this is the most freedom that she has ever had. Like, it's crazy because she's in prison, but she's never had freedom like this before, and she's never had friends like this before. So she's kind of loving it. In the back of her mind, she's a bit scared at what her father's going to do and what's going to happen at this trial, but she's kind of living her life. Now, what she didn't expect was for her mates to get sent to this academy, to this prison, just to be able to keep tabs on her and to be able to hold up their end of the bargain of sending her back to her daddy. When I tell you, these men are so mad that they have signed blood oaths, blood oath agreements, tying their life to sending her back, agreeing that they would never bond with her and they would give her to her daddy. If they don't, they die. I can't tell you much because I just might spoil it. All I can tell you is that her daddy ain't shit. That is what I am reading, and those are a few of my favorite books. I hope that you go and read some of them. If you do, tell me about it. If you've already read some of those books, girl, tell me about it. Don't spoil it for the other girlies, but like, comment some about it because I love to yap. Or girl, follow me on my other social medias and DM me, and we can really get into it because we can keep it between us and we can really get into it. I think it's about time for me to hush before any more technical difficulties end up happening. But if you made it this far in today's video, thank you so much, girly, for coming, sitting, chilling, and yapping with me. Bring your forehead in for a good old smooch because you're so cutesy, you deserve it, and you're one of the girly pops, and all the girly pops get a good old forehead kiss. And honestly, I feel like if you made it this far into the video, you want to stay, you want to become locked in. We're already locked in, so feel free to like, comment, and subscribe so you can be here when we come back and we yap some more, because we will be yapping some more. I think I said this in the last video, I'm not sure, but if you enjoyed these book recommendations and you need or want some more book recommendations, you want a longer video of book recommendation, just book recommendations, like fuck whatever I'm reading, you just want some book recs, any genre, any type of book, any author, any trope, you can get real specific. I'm one of those people that if you just need something so specific, like, I don't know, the hoe don't got a pinky toe, I got it. I got you. Any book that you want to read and you need some Kindle Unlimited book recs, if it's non-Kindle Unlimited book recs, audio book recs, I got you. Just let me know and I will give those to you. This literally took me all day. It's 10 p.m. right now. I think I'm gonna go erase my face, put my bonnet on, make me a snaggy snag, get under my covers, and read some more of my book. I will talk to you girlies later.